You know, sometimes I watch these videos and it's like ID is a controlled substance for some of these people. Like let's see what the ID is going to do for this situation.
He is trying to reverse. He is currently trying to reverse through traffic to get back to me. But it's very hard for him to reverse because traffic's coming. Like, it's very stupid.
No, I just had to make sure the card was good. Write a ticket for whatever you gotta do so I can take a dumbass to court.
Welcome back to the Lackluster channel. On September 7th of 2025, a viewer named Shamar was driving across the RFK bridge when his vehicle suddenly lost critical speed and status information. Shortly after the malfunction began, he pulled to the side of the bridge, safely away from active traffic, so he could stop and reset the system.
This is me driving on the bridge. At this point, the car's malfunctioning already, and I've decided to pull over here because I know that this is a spot that I can pull over at. I stop.
Look like a safe
See,
spot.
I'm not in traffic.
I mean, it looked like the best place to stop. New lane started. You got this
At this point, the car's malfunctioning
this
already,
blocking,
and I've decided to pull over here because I know that this is a spot that I
it looks like a space for a responsible driver to stop. That's all I'm gonna say.
pull over at. I stop. See, I'm not in traffic. This is clearly a shoulder.
Even backed up a little
and
bit.
I reverse back here so that I'm out of traffic, and I'm sitting behind a barrier, like
Oh,
there's a
yeah.
literal concrete wall.
There are two ways to reset a Tesla. The first can be done while driving and simply involves depressing two buttons on your steering wheel and holding them for about 5 seconds. When that reset does not work, a more thorough reset can be performed. In this case, a driver must climb to the back seat, lift the cushion, and detach the battery pack for a few seconds before reattaching it and allowing the car to reboot. This option takes several minutes and must be performed while the vehicle is stationary. After Shamar brings his vehicle to a complete stop, he initiates the more thorough reset.
Currently, I'm in the back seat, unplugging the connector to reset the car. Went around to the other side, unplugged it, came back, went back into the car, went onto the screen to do what I had to do on the screen. I'm sitting in the car at this point. I'm just, sitting.
It just made me think, well, I guess all of the batteries wouldn't be going for one source, because I was thinking, how was the camera still going? But it makes sense that
Here, waiting for the car to reset.
The reset took longer than usual, so during the wait, Shamar began taking photos of the sunset.
I'm taking pictures, waiting for the car to be reset because it takes a while. A couple minutes after I've stopped, you can see this is where the cop passed. He sees me parked there, he hits his brakes. I haven't noticed him, I'm just taking pictures of the sunset.
he out there doing his thing.
Goes down much further, and then he stops. You can see his lights on right there. I haven't noticed him at this point.
Because he out there having a good time. He taking pictures, waiting for his car to get back.
Stopped and throwing his lights on. He is trying to reverse. He is currently trying to reverse through traffic to get back to me. But it's very hard for him to reverse because traffic's coming. Like, it's very stupid.
But that's safe.
And then at this point, the car is
He's
ready
being
to go
safe.
anyway. I look to my left and I see
And now you about to run.
giant MTA truck, which I assume was coming to park here.
The MTA has a dedicated bridges and tunnels operation responsible for keeping traffic moving by responding to crashes, debris, and disabled vehicles. They often move or tow anything blocking traffic, and were likely responding to assist Shamar.
Right as he's pulling up, the car had restarted. It was back up, everything was working, and I was ready to go. So I start driving off.
Yeah, I think they're gonna say that he ran. I haven't watched the video yet, but I think when we get down to Buddy talking, it's gonna be like, you knew we were coming to move the car and you moved it. That's why we need your ID.
There he is.
Blocking traffic.
Same car, Ford Explorer, unmarked.
Blocking traffic. He probably didn't even know he was trying to pull him over. Now he sees it like, oh, let me get over.
See, he gets out the car and he's just immediately yelling. He's He's pointing, he's yelling, angry as heck for no reason.
I just had an emergency. I had to stop. Make sure my car was good. No, I just had to make sure the car was good. It was acting weird.
Oh, did the car what?
The car was acting a little weird, so I pulled over to reset it.
You got out of the car?
Yeah, I was also taking pictures while it was loading, because it had to load. So I'm like, the sunset was nice, so I took it. What's the crime? Stopping there's illegal?
You stop, okay, on a highway.
And that's illegal?
For what reason?
And that's illegal?
The thing that I like about license, that a lot of people don't know is there's a barcode on the back, right? And when they take your ID or your license and they scan that barcode on the back, it tells them it answers any question they have, like where you were, what you were doing, what's wrong with your car, what you're gonna have for dinner, all of that. It tells them all of that, and that's why it's such a key piece of information.
How? How can I cause? What am I causing?
Because as soon as my record pulls up, I called you in. All right, number one.
Okay.
For disabled vehicle.
Okay.
All right. You got in the vehicle. You tell me you're taking you're in an active roadway.
I wasn't in an active road if I'm pulled over to the side. Do you have a body cam anywhere?
Excuse me. First off.
First off, what?
First off, that's my spot that I was going to go sit up there.
Okay, well, I moved, did I not? I'm asking you what the crime was.
Okay, I'm stopping you for suspicious activity.
How suspicious activity is
What's
not
wrong with the car?
suspicious
Was,
activity
is that the
not a crime.
third reason he's stopping?
Suspicious activity is enough to investigate. So that's fine. You
But
can
it's, I know, because you have no
stop.
body cam, so I want to make sure
And
that
that's
I'm
fine.
filming.
Your car has cameras. That has
Yeah,
cameras.
it-
That's good. And I just told
Okay,
you,
then.
I've stopped. you
Suspicious
based on-
activity is not a crime.
Suspicious activity
It's
is
not.
enough
It's
to
not. It's
investigate.
not. It's not reasonable. It's not reasonable suspicion. One. It's not probable cause to initiate a stop. It's definitely not probable cause to initiate a stop.
You sit right here and you're gonna get
what
what I got coming for you, bucko. Bucko.
Stupid ass.
The
How dare you take
RFK
my
bridge
spot?
is governed by MTA regulations. Although stopping on the bridge is generally prohibited, the rule expressly permits stopping when a vehicle is disabled. Losing speed and operational status information is considered unsafe. Pulling completely behind a concrete barrier
What Lackluster's not thinking about is he's not thinking about the secret barcode on the back that tells all of this information.
and stopping to restore the vehicle's systems would likely fall within the exception. But despite Sergeant Houston having his suspicion dispelled, he demands Shamar's license.
I give him my ID because I realize it's just pointless. And, I feel like it would have escalated more and I would have ended up in handcuffs. So I hand him my ID.
Oh, handcuffs would have been the least of your problems. Buddy got out mad. You was in his spot. He was trying to watch the sunset. He was going to go home, tell his kids about the cool sunset he saw. But you sitting in the spot taking pictures.
He's still yapping about how I was in his spot and how I'm suspicious and
Fuckers have no body cam either.
You know the car?
No. He's mad because he was gonna go sit there and fucking run radar. Fuck out of here. If he had approached me with a better fucking attitude,
And what you don't understand is they got a thing going on where the person that catches the most cars, they get ribs at the end of the month. And you taking his rib spot away, baby.
Not for you either. Fuck off. Grab me tickets for the tent too.
Well, hey, be quiet
It's a
about the
fucking crime
tent.
to pull over on the
He
side
ain't
of the
said
highway
nothing about
now.
that yet.
I shouldn't have even given my fucking ID. There's no signs that say not to stop there. There's no signs that.
This is what I will say. I understand it can be frustrating, but I think one of the best things to do would be to stay calm, and take it up with the appropriate people later on, cause you can't win right here on the side of the road, big dog.
Shit.
Let's see what you do.
After running his license for the crime of disabled vehicle, Sergeant Houston returns.
And he a sergeant, so he know what he talking about. You know, there's two things you could be sure of. There's two things you could be sure of in life. Okay, the first one, you can't lie on the internet. All right, you're not allowed to lie on the internet. So that's the first thing you could be sure of. I'm a billionaire. And the second thing is that the police know the law, and that's why they're enforcing it. All right? Both of those are 100% true. I'm a billionaire. Quadrillionaire.
I'm sorry, what's your badge number?
What do you need that for?
494? And TBTA, right?
He hands me back my ID, walks back to his car, traffic stops over, I leave.
Oh, it ain't
Despite the
over.
incident being somewhat minor, Shamar filed a complaint and
Oh.
records request.
I made multiple. I made the first one, and then they kept saying, "Oh, we'll respond by this date." And, "Oh, we need more time to respond by this date."
He never received any of the records from this incident, but shortly after
Why
filing
would
the
he?
complaint, the senior investigator of Internal Affairs emailed him requesting a phone call. Shamar called several times and left voicemails, but never received a response, so he sent another email at the end of September. Internal Affairs responded rather quickly, asking Shamar when he was available, to which he responded with his availability and didn't hear back from them for 2 weeks. So he sent another email asking for an update. 3 days later, Internal Affairs responds asking if he's available the next day. From there, they begin talking over text, allowing Shamar to drop a pin showing where the interaction occurred. Another day goes by and Internal Affairs finally acknowledges the text and location as received. And 2 weeks later, having heard nothing from Internal Affairs again, Shamar asked for another update, to which he responded that the investigation is still ongoing, 2 months after the incident occurred. A month after that, Internal Affairs no longer responded, and again 45 days after that, which is 4.5 months after
Right.
the incident, they still refused to respond.
And then the last correspondence I got from them was on December 4th, saying they needed 60 days to respond, and then they never responded back.
And finally, after 5 months of neglected communications, Shamar submitted an intent to commence civil litigation, and nearly 10 days later, Internal Affairs responded, directing Shamar to their attorney. And if you've made it this far into this video, I understand this may seem like a petty incident, but the reason I'm highlighting it is because it's a microcosm of what we see happening across the United States, from incidents like this that could have been resolved with a letter to the most egregious and unimaginable encounters. It's almost as if Internal Affairs exists merely to gatekeep until you forget about the incident and just move on. And for those of us who do press on for justice and accountability, you will have to entangle yourself in an endless fight against the government, where you'll have to pay the government courts, to sue the government agencies, to hold the government employees accountable. It happened long ago, but it is
Right.
no longer for the people, by the people. Instead, it's for the state, by the state, with all payments to be made to the state. Now, I have some wild interactions coming in the next days and weeks, so stay tuned. But in the meantime, let me know what you think of this interaction in the comments down below.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. The car is malfunctioning. I pull over. So if he had a flat right there, it would have been the same thing. Like you can't have a flat right here. Make sure you look up your laws, your local laws, see what you have to give and what you don't have to give. Make sure you stay calm and comply, but also assert your rights. And follow the proper channels afterwards, all right? If you like this video, subscribe, leave a comment, share this video with your cousin, and we out.